to an update episode of The Heat Check with me, Trysta Krick. This week, I've promised the higher-ups, actually, let's just really quickly, I've promised the higher-ups I'm going to give them additional little bonus content to smooth out the feed. So here's what that is. It's a little treat for you. It has been also a treat for NBA fans because we've got not one, but just two games on national television with two of the most exciting prospects in all of basketball. Victor Wembanyama, Scoot Henderson, the best American player in the upcoming draft, and Victor Wembanyama, his French team, the Metropolitans 92, took on the G League Ignite in Vegas twice this week. It was everything that we hoped it would be. Yes, it was. It was so good. I was so excited. I wish I was out in Vegas doing that. I really do, because we got some preseason NBA too. My planning wasn't excellent, but here we are. Game 1, called by Athletic as the best NBA draft prospect game of the century. Of the century? Why wasn't I there, Nick? Why? Why didn't we go? Both guys balled out. Usually, when these games happen, there's all this hype, and then all of a sudden, nothing. Nothing happens. Maybe they play 17 minutes, put up 4 points. It's just a gigantic waste of ESPN2 time. But this was not the case. It was amazing to watch. And you never see these things that exceed expectations when your expectations are so high. But both players, despite the massive hype, played actually better than I thought that they would. Let's start with Scoot. My terrible, because you know it's always like tank for Tua, it's whatever it is. You remember, right? So right now it's brick for Vic, and I'm trying to figure out what the tanking for Scoot would be. They're bad. They're really bad. The only one that I came up with was Poot for Scoot, like shit the bed, you know? It's bad. It's not good. Like, it's just, if you have any ideas, if you have any other creative, like, mantras that I can use for the rest of the year, just let me know. Anyway, back to Scoot. Root for Scoot? Like, I don't know. 18-year-old absolutely was going to be the number one pick if Victor Wembanyama didn't exist, right? And in fact, Victor actually said that himself. He said, hey, if I was never born, Scoot would be the number one player overall. And how do you think Scoot felt about that? Do you think he was pleased? Do you think he was flattered? No, he was not flattered. He was so pissed, he didn't even shake hands with Victor Wembanyama. That's the kind of shit in the 80s and 90s, that's what we love to see. Beef. Beef, beef, beef. Give me the beef. Scoot was so salty, he decided I'm going to ball out. 29 points, 5 rebounds, 9 assists, 2 turnovers, while laying down an insane dunk, a hammer dunk that had the crowd oohing and awing. Ha, ha, Scoot, Poot for Scoot. That's what they said. What a ridiculous stat line he had. So how do you top that? By being 7'3", and, I don't know, having an 8-foot wingspan, just having all these genetic gifts that almost no human has ever had, having handles like Scoot, like a 6'2" guard who shoots like KD, though, but he's 7'4", 7'3". Wembanyama put up a stat line that was ungodly, was like a Marvel film. He had 37. He hit 7 threes, blocked 5 shots. The Athletic noted is a feat only done once in NBA history. Brick for Vic, brick for Vic. And guess what? He followed it up today, or last night. We're putting this out on Friday, baby. 36 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists, 4 blocks in the Thursday matinee. Unreal. But it was how he did it. He did it by hitting turnarounds on the baseline, driving, getting fouled, shooting 75% from the free throw line, knocking down threes from downtown, crossing over people, driving to the lane, throwing down dunks, hovering rebounds, literally erasing shots like they never were even imagined. Not just existed, not even imagined in his competitor's head. That's how he erased them. Oh, you thought? No, you didn't think. That thought has been erased like Men in Black. Game 2 was slightly a disappointment, not because they played badly, but because early in the game, unfortunately, Victor and Scoot knocked knees. Scoot ended up being pulled for precautionary reasons. People came out of these 2 games, though, now with even bigger expectations. Poot for Scoot! I'm going to get this thing going. And now you got Victor Wembanyama. Everybody's saying that he is the best prospect since LeBron James. The Athletic said Scoot versus Victor was the second coming of Bird versus Magic. Expectations, some. Hype, some. Someone tweeted that Victor is better than any player that you can create on 2K. That is right. I think that is true. How good do people think that Victor will be? NBA execs already are pressuring Victor to shut it down. No more basketball for you, Vic. No more. No more brickin' for Vickin'. You just stay there, keep your street clothes on so that we can protect our little asset. And it's Utah. Danny Ainge said that. You know that. And Wembanyama, you know what he said. Hell no. Hell no. I want to hoop. Of course. You think he's a healthy 7'3" man. Chet can't hoop, and he wants to. Wembanyama, fully healthy. He is hooping. He is hooping. I think, though, this 2-game exhibition has the potential to impact not only this NBA season as well. Victor's stock now has increased exponentially. If you're like Orlando or OKC, who may be teetering on whether to tank or not, just do it. Do it. Can you imagine Chet and Vic on the same team? Holy shit. I don't know how it'll work. I mean, Karl Anthony Towns and Rudy has my mind perplexed. I have no idea what this is going to be. I have no idea. You are 100% doing whatever it takes. Airball for Vic. I don't care. And one thing is for sure, Victor Wembanyama and Scoot Henderson are going to cast a long, long shadow across the entire NBA season. I don't think I've been excited as much about this as maybe since LeBron. I've probably not been excited about a prospect like this since LeBron. And I was 17 years old, 16 years old. It's good shit. Good shit. Poop for Scoot. That's all the time that we have for this little mini hip episode of the Heat Check. You're welcome. An additional day of work for me. Additional benefit episode for you. Additional level of goodwill for my bosses. So all is good in the universe. Please check back every single day because, like I said, I'm doing this more now. More content. Whenever you get your podcast, please do not forget to follow us on Twitter at Trysta Krick and on TikTok. The feed is back live again at this Heat Check because Heat Check somehow was stolen. We will see you again whenever the hell news breaks.